Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and greetings to all. So for today, I'm going to present my findings regarding the task 1 assignment, which is oral presentation and digital portfolio. So without further ado, let's begin. So in this presentation, there will be 4 things that I will be focusing on. The first aspect is giving instruction. The second aspect is questioning strategies. The third aspect is managing classroom behavior. And finally, number 4, giving feedback. So, the first aspect, giving instruction. What is giving instruction? Giving instruction refers to instructing and directing students learning in the classroom. It includes all of the approaches, methods, and strategies to be employed by teachers to help students learn and understand and develop their skills in the classroom. Effective instruction is essential for creating a successful learning environment. There are 5 phases of instruction, namely phase 1, starting the class, phase 2, transitioning between activities, phase 3, giving instruction, phase 4 is explaining lesson content, and phase 5, clarifying tasks or ending the class. Next, we will move on to the video analysis. In the video, we can see that Teacher Matt implemented all instruction for each phase. For phase 1, starting the class, Teacher Matt instructed students to read the classroom rules, and he also instructed students to repeat his words and instructed students to ask others a question. From the transcription that I have given, you can see that Teacher Matt instructed the students to read the classroom rules, where students have to read all the classroom rules in front of Teacher Matt. For the second phase, transitioning between activities, we can see that Teacher Matt said that today they are going to learn a new topic, which means that students will be learning a new topic with the instruction of Teacher Matt. He also instructed students to raise their hands to answer questions and told everyone to sit nicely before proceeding to the next topic. For phase number 3, giving instruction, Teacher Matt instructed students to write down words that they wouldn't know. For example, Teacher Matt can be seen instructing students to write down the word sun in English. He also ordered students to be quiet in the classroom as he said, and I quote, Who is talking? Be quiet over there." This instruction is crucial, so that besides just giving instruction, in order to manage the classroom behavior. Phase 4, explaining lesson content. For this phase, Teacher Matt would explain further about the lessons, such as the different kinds of planets, or he would explain an activity that he will do with the students. For example, in the transcription, Teacher Matt would say, "We are going to play a quick game." Teacher Matt will say the name. You say the number that goes with the name. So if I say Mars, you say the number 4. Are you ready? So this explanation of his instruction to students before proceeding with the game. And phase number 5, clarifying tasks or ending class. In this phase, Teacher Matt clarifies what students need to do in order to complete the task, and he ended the class with thank you and bye bye to everyone. So for this phase, it is quite simple. Usually the teachers will use this phase 5 by giving students homework or tasks in order for them to finish. There are four characteristics that we could see from teacher Matt's class. Firstly, clarity. Instruction should be clear and easy to understand. Teachers should use simple language or complex sentences or avoid complex sentences to avoid confusion in instruction. According to Berrelli 2020, suggested keeping your sentences short and clear, concrete language so that students will know what is expected to them. Here we can see that teacher Matt use simple sentences when instructing his students. He usually provides simple instructions such as instructing students to raise their hand, to repeat words when answering the questions. Secondly, specific. Instruction should be specific to avoid ambiguity or confusion. Instruction should include details on what need to be done. We can see that teacher Matt give specific instruction to his students. He will explain specific instruction like how students can play the games that had been planned or how students can complete the task. And thirdly, repetition. Repeating instruction can be helpful to reinforce students' understanding on the instruction. From the video, teacher Matt hardly uses repetition in his instruction. However, we could see that he asked the students to repeat some words and read them together. This is a form of repetition because students can gain a better understanding when repeating some words for that content. And finally, visual aid. From the video, we could see that teacher Matt used a lot of visual aid in the classroom. For example, he uses his slideshow. This is to help students understand better about the lesson. He also uses visual aid when explaining how the task can be done by giving examples with the help of visual aids. And moving on, we move to the benefits of clear instruction. And firstly, with the clear instruction, it enhances understanding. Errors and misunderstandings are less likely to occur when instructions are given clearly and understandably. Therefore, clear instruction is important to ensure that students can understand the lesson as well as understanding the expectation of the class. Second, consistency. Instruction aid in minimizing variability and enhancing quality by ensuring that the tasks or procedures are carried out consistently. And number three, smoother experience. When students receive clear instruction, they are less likely to become frustrated or stressed trying to encode the teacher's instruction. Thus, they will not be confused with the instruction, leading to a smoother learning and positive learning experience in the classroom. And finally, learning and skill development. Clear instruction are fundamental part of teaching and learning. Clear instruction aid in the acquisition of new knowledge and skills. Knowledge and life skills can be taught easily to students if teachers can use effective instruction, making the students able to process information and follow instruction for the betterment of their life. And for the conclusion of this video, I can see that the effectiveness of teacher Matt's instruction is undeniably amazing. He can instruct the class to be well behaved and ensure that all students are given equal opportunity in learning. Teacher Matt ensures that his instructions are clear for the students. Every activity and every game that he explained establish a smoother experience for the students for the betterment of teaching and learning experience. As a result, his students can benefit from his instruction and acquire new knowledge and skills they need to learn on that day. Next, we will move on to questioning strategy. Questioning strategies refers to when teachers ask a question to the students to encourage critical thinking and keep them interested in the lesson, as well as speeding up the learning session. Generally known, there are three types of questioning strategies: procedural, convergent, and divergent strategy. However, in this video, we are going to focus on only two types of questioning strategy, which are convergent questions, questions which only has one correct answer, and divergent question, a type of question with no specific answer but rather used to encourage thinking among the students. Moving on to video analysis. From the video that I have transcribed, we can see that teacher Matt employed questioning strategies to ask students about their understanding on the lesson. However, he only used these two questioning strategies which I have mentioned earlier. We move on to convergent questions. Convergent questions are those questions which is intended to be factual or precise question which only has one specific answer. Convergent questions are close-ended questions because the question do not encourage broad thinking since there is only one answer. In the video, teacher Matt used many convergent questioning strategies. For example, when he shows the student a picture of a tongue, he asks the student, "What is this?" And the students will say, "This is a tongue." This is the form of convergent questioning because there is only one correct answer. Next, we move on to divergent questioning strategy. A divergent questioning strategy is a style of open-ended questions which intend to promote critical thinking, research, and the production of numerous potential or solutions. Divergent questions have a broader emphasis on experience or perspective from the students. In the video, teacher Matt did not use divergent questions a lot, but for one instance that I can show that teacher Matt used divergent question is when he asked the students, "What can you taste with your tongue?" And the student said, "I can taste a taco with my tongue." This is a form of divergent question because the students can answer with no specific answer since there is a lot of things that you can taste with your tongue. So, benefits. What are the benefits of questioning strategies in the classroom? According to Fuso 2013, noted that effective questioning strategies have an impact on students' cognitive development for asking questions with specific theoretical models such as using Bloom taxonomy of educational objective or Gardner multiple intelligence. Therefore, questioning strategies can help develop students' cognitive in critical thinking or research. Therefore, here are some of the benefits of employing questioning strategies. First, encourage critical thinking. Thoughtful questions challenge students to analyze, evaluate, and synthesize information. This promotes high-order thinking skills and intellectual growth. Thus, when employing questioning strategies, teachers can develop HOTS among students, which is a skill needed for 21st century learning. Secondly, assess students' understanding. Questions offer a way of evaluating how well students have understood and retained the subject. Therefore, if students are able to comprehend or answer the questions clearly, they have learned the lesson better. And finally, encourage self-reflection. Questioning strategies can provoke students to reflect on their educational progress and understanding. They can help students become more self-aware of their learning process, making them want to learn more and become a better student. So what are some the suggestion I could give for teacher Matt is that first he should ask more open-ended question. Open-ended question can be used such as why by asking questions like why or how to encourage elaboration and deeper response from the students. This could result in students speaking more English in the classroom. Secondly, teachers need to use a variety of questioning strategies. Instead of using just convergent or divergent questions, teachers need to use more type of questions in order to help students become more critical in their thinking. Besides, following up with probing question is a good idea since it can help students become more clarified with the lesson, because when they explain a situation or their answer, they will try to elaborate more. So probing question can help them boost their confidence in answering the question. And finally, encourage critical thinking. Teachers should pose more critical question to prompt critical thinking and problem solving skills. And this can be done if the student already reached a level of understanding on the content. Hence, they are able to think critically in order to answer the questions. For the conclusion, the effectiveness of teacher Matt's questioning strategy is amazing. He offers a lot of questions to add to the students in the classroom. However, all his questions are mainly close-ended or convergent questions, which cannot help students think outside the box. Thus, some room of improvement can be done in order to improve questioning strategy in the classroom. Furthermore, we move on to managing classroom behavior. Classroom behavior management is a key component of excellent teaching. It entails in establishing a welcoming and supportive learning atmosphere where students can concentrate on their studies, participate in the learning process, and behave politely around their student or around their peers and teachers. There are three phases of classroom behavior management. Firstly, establishing classroom routines. Secondly, reinforcing positive attitudes. And thirdly, curbing negative behavior. We move to video analysis. In the video, we can see that the teacher Matt used the first phase, which is establishing classroom routines, which refers to the process of developing and keeping up with the organized, structured, and consistent classroom process and activities. This practice helps facilitate learning, improve classroom efficiency, and establish predictable, secure environments for the students. For the first phase, teacher Matt can be seen instructing the students to state the classroom rules before the lesson starts. He also did a good job in establishing the classroom routines by making sure that all students were ready and prepared before the lesson began. This is important because before the class starts, students need to be ready in order to learn better. Therefore, by stating the classroom rules and ensuring that everyone is ready, students can become prepared to learn. Next, reinforcing positive attitude. This is a crucial component of behavior management, which include encouraging positive attitudes and in the classroom. Students' attitude can be encouraged to be positive, which can improve the learning environment and foster respect. In the video, Teacher Matt's way of reinforcing positive attitudes is by giving stars or points to the students. This method is effective in encouraging positive attitudes, but he needs to diversify more techniques besides giving points to ensure that students are not bored with that technique. One suggestion that I could give is by giving incentives such as candies can be given to well-behaved students, which can foster positive attitude. Finally, curbing negative behavior. Addressing and reducing disruptive and troublesome behaviors is necessary for establishing a positive and conducive learning environment. In the video, Teacher Matt would deduct points from a misbehaving team, and another method is that he counts with his fingers from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This way, students know that they need to be sitting nicely and be quiet in order to not to receive consequences from Teacher Matt, such as him taking points from their team. So as a conclusion, Teacher Matt's way of managing classroom behavior are fine and effective, since he managed to make sure that every student behaves well in the classroom. Effective behavior management in the classroom is a continuous process that requires patience, trustworthiness, and adaptation. Thus, Teacher Matt's technique can be set as an example for every teacher to manage their classroom. Finally, we are going to move to the last focus of this presentation, which is giving feedback. A crucial component of successful teaching and learning in a classroom is providing feedback. Students who receive positive, constructive criticism can better understand their progress, make necessary adjustment, and feel inspired to keep on studying. According to a research by Winsky 2020, feedback is details about one's performance or understanding that are given by one NGC, which is the teacher. As a result, the more information that is included in the feedback, the more useful it is for the person if he or she is able to make use of the feedback to improve in their academics. Essentially, there are two types of feedback: written feedback and oral feedback. However, in today's video, the focus only on oral feedback, which is, as the name has suggested, is a type of feedback to a student verbally. We move to video analysis. In the video that I have chosen, Teacher Matt did a good job in providing feedback to students. In the video, he used praise and immediate response to correct students' mistake. Praise is the act of approval or admiration towards an action. In the video, Teacher Matt offers praises to his students for sitting nicely in the classroom, as he said, "Oh, today I'm so happy because when I entered the class, I can see that all students are sitting nicely." He also praises his students who did well in completing the task by saying good job, good, or perfect when they successfully completed the task. Moreover, he used immediate feedback by correcting students' mistakes. In the video, Teacher Matt would provide immediate response to an error. For example, he would correct students' mistake of putting S to a singular word and ask them to repeat again. For example, he asked the students, "Girls, how many stars did you have?" And the students would say, "We have 1 stars." And then he said, "No, it is not 1 stars. It is 1 star. Repeat it again." And then the students repeat it. So what are the benefits of feedback to students? Providing feedback in the classroom offers a range of benefits for students. Effective feedback serves as a valuable tool for improving learning, enhancing understanding, and fostering growth. Here are some of the key benefits of giving feedback in a classroom that I found from the video. First, it promotes self-awareness. Students Student reflection on the student would reflect on their work and growth is encouraged via feedback. It fosters self-awareness and enables students to identify their strengths and areas for development. As shown in the video, correcting students' mistake would make them less likely to repeat the error due to being aware of their mistake. Next, motivation. Recognizing students' effort and success with positive feedback inspire them to keep on learning and pursue their learning objective. When teacher Matt says good job or perfect, the students will feel appreciated since the teacher recognized their work. Next, third, and finally, the benefits of giving feedback is it encourages continuous improvement. The main motivator of continuous improvement is feedback. When teachers offer advice and ideas, students are more likely to improve their abilities and understanding. With feedback, students can grow their mindset where they view challenges as opportunity to learn and improvement. This will lead to continuous learning being promoted in today's era. Therefore, it is important for teachers to provide students with constructive feedback to improve their learning and motivate them to keep on studying. Suggestion for improvement. Teacher Matt did well in providing feedback to his students. However, I would like to give some suggestion for improvement in giving feedback. Number 1, be specific. Give the student detailed feedback on specific areas instead of general statements like good job or perfect, and instead identify what worked well or where more works need to be done. For example, instead of just saying good job, Teacher Matt could say good job or perfect, you did well in this writing, or you did well in completing this task. Number 2, use constructive feedback. When providing constructive criticism, pay attention to the action or product rather than the person. Teacher Matt should, instead of using you statement, use I statement. For example, I noticed that blah 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 as an example, rather than you didn't do this. This is more effective since students will feel less embarrassed in front of others. Hence, they can accept the feedback better. Number 3, use both writing and oral feedback. For a well-rounded approach, combine oral and written feedback. While oral comments might offer a quick context or explanation, written feedback can be used to give more specific or deeper feedback on students' learning. Number 4, use the sandwich method. When giving constructive criticism, use the sandwich method. Begin the feedback by bringing up positive feedback to the students and move on to suggestion for improvement to that students, and finally conclude the feedback by giving positive comments on the students' work. And finally, be mindful of the tone. Teachers need to be mindful of their tones when providing feedback. It ought to be supportive, encouraging, and free of harsh judgment. Encourage a growth of mentality by emphasizing learning opportunities. A harsh tone can only hurt your students more than giving them feedback. When a student receives a harsh tone from my learning experience, I would not follow the teacher's instruction or feedback, because students learn best when they are treated with respect by their teachers. As a conclusion, for giving feedback, the effectiveness of Teacher Matt in giving feedback is undoubtedly shows that he cares about his students' performance. He offers a lot of feedback to the students in the classroom. Despite all that, some room of improvement can be made in order to make sure that effective feedback is employed in the classroom and students can gain more benefits from receiving the feedback. With that, I end my presentation. This is my references. Thank you.